Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I would like to do a color and chat out of a new book that I received from Derek Fox. I just recently did a flip through of this book, as long as I remember to put that video up before this video. So, the picture that I wanted to color out of here, I thought we could do this one. So let me grab a sheet of cardstock to put behind, because I'm going to color with something I have not colored with in quite a while, and that are my permanent markers. So I have my fine tip in here, and then I have my, get out of the way, ultra fine tips in this case. Now, I had originally kept all of my Sharpies, my Bics, my, let's see, what else do I all have in here? Amazon Basics. I think I have, let's see, where are my color charts here? I think I have maybe my Smart Color and Parcours in here too. I'm not sure. But I kind of combined a whole bunch of them together in these cases. Let's zoom back out a little. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another color chart, and whichever markers I have all in this case, I'm going to also create one color chart so that I don't have to have all of those together. So I am going to put these over here. Now, I wonder, I think I'm going to use the ultra fine in here on this page. So let us zoom in. And we're gonna, I typically start in the middle. And what color shall we start with? Well, it looks like a star. No, I want to do the, should have had this figured out ahead of time. Let's see. Let's start, yeah, let's do a yellow for the inside, because it kind of looks like a star. So I am going to use yellow in my Sharpie. Now for this, I actually could use just the fine tip. So let's open that back up. Make up your mind, Lisa. I do really like these cases, so if anybody would like a link to them, just let me know in the description below. I will link this book again down below if you want to see a total flip through. Then yeah, the video should be up right before this one. So, but yeah, I thought my permanent markers would work pretty good in this book, as well as any alcohol markers or gel pens or pretty much anything, because it's not real detailed. Okay, I'm going to leave these out in case I want to use them again. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a red background. And for in here, let's do green. And then maybe we'll bring the yellow back in. So let's do a pretty green here. I think I'll use Galaxy Green. And again, I think I'm going to use the regular fine tip, if I can find the Galaxy Green. This is regular green. Would that work? That's pretty dark. It would work, but I'm looking for my Galaxy Green. Agile green. Argyle. Why don't we use Argyle? So how is everybody doing? I hope everybody is well. We are doing pretty good around here. Bob is still kind of recovering from the COVID, but he is getting better. He's actually going to try going back to work on Monday, see how it goes. I told him maybe he should, for this week at least yet, maybe just try going back for half days. He still gets tired pretty easy, and you know, some people don't get hit too hard with the COVID, and then others, yeah, get hit with it like Bob, and then others, unfortunately, like his two brothers, which I had talked about in last week's color and chat, didn't survive it at all. So very much varying degrees of this illness, but it does look like there is good news coming regarding the vaccinations. Sounds like those could be starting as early as Monday, so sure, it will be a while before it gets to the general public, but yeah, the people that need it the most definitely should be getting it first. Our elderly and all of our frontline workers definitely should be the first to get it. What has everybody been up to now that the first of the holiday season is over? All of our Thanksgiving leftovers are gone. And we actually have to make meals again. Usually I end up freezing some stuff, either from, well, Thanksgiving not so much, because we go to my sister's typically every year, the whole gang. I am one of 6 kids, so we have a huge get-together typically for Thanksgiving, but of course this year it didn't happen. So I just made Bob and I turkey, a smaller one, so I did not have leftovers. So yeah, for Thanksgiving I typically don't have leftovers, except for the dish that I bring to the get-together. But Christmas time I do. And yeah, usually end up freezing some, and then we can eat it throughout the year. All right, red, I think I'm going to use Racy Red. And I think, again, I'm going to use just the fine tip. Or how about red? No, I like Racy Red. Racy, where are you, Racy? They got some funny names for markers, don't they? Okay. Can't find Racy, so let's look at the Bix. Nope. Nope. Let's see, Smart Color. Well, I guess we'll go with red. Yeah, I can't see the Racy Red. Unless it's hiding in the back. Jupiter Red, that's a real dark one. I know, should have had my colors out already. Okay, we'll go for the darker red then. fine. I didn't want to go too dark for the background, but maybe it'll look nice with the yellow in here. Everybody getting ready for Christmas. Do you have all your gifts bought? I know some of you have yours bought and wrapped. Ugh. Actually, I like wrapping, so I have everything bought, and it's all upstairs in my diamond painting room, because that's the only room that has room for me to wrap everything. I'm going to take up one of my big white 6-foot folding tables that I always wrap presents on and sit up there, and I always designate a day to wrap everything. Or typically I'm babysitting, so yeah, it's typically a weekend day. But because I am not babysitting right now due to Heather having COVID, and now her son, her little 1.5-year-old, tested positive. He was going to have some real minor surgery for something he was born with. Nothing serious or anything. Yeah, see, I don't like this darker red. Oh well. And so he had to have a pre-surgery COVID test. Wouldn't you know it, it came back positive. So now they've been waiting forever for this surgery to get scheduled in the first place. Now it's going to be put off till February, because that particular surgeon is not in the area too often. This looks terrible. Looks like brown. I'm bummed. Oh well. So yeah. So that's why, if you're new to my channel, I babysit my grandkids full time. But yeah, I've been off work, per se, for about a month, which at this time of the year is kind of nice. I do have to say. Especially with still trying to get the house settled and decorated, shelves up. Finally got the blinds up in the living room. And I had put some decorative, scarves, curtains, whatever you want to call them. I guess they're called scarves. Up along the top. Let me tell you, that one for the big picture window, that scarf was so long. Took me a long time to iron those. Bob goes, well, why do you got to iron them? Don't they kind of just straighten out on their own? And I said, no, not really. So he didn't understand why I had to iron them. Because, Bob, just because. Men don't understand that. Sorry if me turning this book around's bothering you. But I know most of you probably aren't watching the coloring anyhow. If you're like me, you're busy doing something else. Hopefully it's something fun. If you're coloring, what are you coloring? If you're diamond painting, what's the picture of? And if you're doing any other craft, what are you doing? I guess that red lightened up a little bit, but it's still too dark. Ugh. Okay. Now. Maybe I'll bring back in the green for all of this. I think, yeah, I think for the majority of this, I can just use the fine tip and not the ultra fine. The ink doesn't spread too bad with these permanent markers, because these are different than your regular standard alcohol markers. I don't know what the composition is of these versus alcohol markers, but there is something different, because they definitely, if you use these versus regular alcohol markers, you know that these definitely have a different odor to them. All your permanent markers smell different. They typically are stronger smelling. And I know some of you cannot use them because they give you headaches, which I can see. I'm not real sensitive to smells, but they typically don't bother me either. But if I have a slight headache to begin with, they can. And like I said, it's not like I color with them as much as I should, because I do like them. They color really nice. Like I said, they don't quite spread the ink out. At least I don't think so, as much as a regular alcohol marker. I could definitely be wrong on that. I kind of got my Christmas present early from Bob. I was telling him what I would really like to have, and then it went on a super sale on Black Friday. And that is because when I am sitting in the living room, or either one of us, I should say, not just me, the living room is on the opposite side of the house as the garage and driveway, and you know, where people come. And so I never know when somebody's there. Or if I do know if somebody's there, I don't know who it is, etc., etc. Plus, when Heather would come in the morning, I wouldn't know when she was pulling in or anything like that. So if I don't have the garage door opener or open, I kind of like to have it open for her. And if it's still dark outside, like it typically is in winter, when she comes in the morning and when she comes in the evening, I like to have the light on for her out there. So I told Bob it would be really nice to have either like the Ring doorbell, which is what I was originally thinking of. But then, like Bob pointed out, you wouldn't really be able to see the whole driveway and like down the street a little bit. And so I said, well, how about a video cam? So I was kind of looking at them, and the one that ended up on fantastic deal was the Ring video cam. And then you got the Echo Show for 10 bucks. And if you're not familiar with the Echo Show, it can link to the Ring video camera and show it on a screen. You know, it's Alexa enabled. So you just say, Alexa, show, and then whatever the name that you give that security cam. So he gave it to me early, and we've been using it. After I have been using it now for like a month, I'm a little disappointed in the fact that you can't keep, you know, if you say Alexa show and I say show garage, because that's the name I gave it, you can't get it to stay on. And as I was reading Amazon comments about it and other comments on the internet, a lot of people were saying, yeah, Ring and or Amazon has to get their butt in gear, because there are, you know, the vast majority of the people would like to have that feature, if not all of us, to be able to have it enabled and have it stay on. Then come to find out that Google's products, I forgot what it's called, Google something something Nest Hub, something like that. I'm going to make these blue, techno blue. Yeah. That can stay on. Plus, you know, I think I mentioned techno blue. I think I mentioned in the last coloring chat that we got Dish. Well, with Dish, you can integrate Google's smart things into Dish, so you can see things on your TV even. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we went with the wrong system. Makes me mad. So, I don't know. I don't think we could return this anymore. I don't know. He got it from Best Buy. I think, well, no, I think we had it past the 30 days. Yeah, I don't know if it's just 30 days to return or what, but. And the Ring is a little bit cheaper than what the Google products would come out to. You know, and he spent enough on this, so. But yeah, kind of disappointed. So it only stays on a few minutes, and then it goes back to the home screen. So then you got to keep saying, Alexa, show garage. And then there's a huge delay. She says, okay. And then it'll say connecting to Ring. So it's got to, I'm assuming, go through the internet. You know, and by the time you actually get to see what she's talking about, when she first says motion detected at front or whatever she says, and you actually get to see what, you know, triggered the motion, it or they are already gone. So it's like, that's not really doing us any good. Typically, Bella is much better than Alexa at alerting me. She detects before Alexa does. So, yeah, she's my alert. I just don't have a, I just can't see what she's barking at. So it's like, oh, if we could just get the two together, Bella and the show. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a disappointment. I was going to tell Bob about it and see what he said, but I haven't approached him with it yet. But, yeah, I sure wish, because I know Google has quite a bit of products for smart homes, you know. Matter of fact, my son had some on his Christmas list. And so I had gotten him, one thing he had on there was the Google, what is it called? Google Nest Mini or something like that. So I got him that, and then some smart light bulbs and a smart plug-in. So, yeah, I mean, they just have so much out. I would love to get a smart thermostat too, but those are kind of pricey too. So why does all this stuff have to cost so much? Pretty soon it'll be like, you know, the movies where you build a house, it standardly has all this built in. And you don't do anything manually, you just talk to your house. Turn lights on in the living room. There will be no such thing as Alexa or Siri. Good thing there's nobody named Siri. You'd say, hey Siri, where'd you go last night? She'd say, I did not go anywhere. Although there are people named Alexa. They picked the wrong name for that one. Don't you wonder how they named these virtual assistants, or whatever you want to call them? I mean, Siri is pretty strange. I'm sure there's a reason for it. You know, I said these didn't bleed too bad, and they're bleeding all over my stars. My stars. But I think what I am going to use for the stars may go over that somewhat. Last week I did a swatching of the Zig Wink of Stella pens instead of the brush pens. These are the felt tip glitter pens. And so I think we'll use them for the stars. Maybe to get a more even of a yellow in there. Maybe I'll go over them with the yellow ultrafine and then go over it with the Wink of Stella. We'll see how that works. Otherwise, we can always get out like the, I think, isn't the Pentel Dual Hybrid more of an opaque gel pen? I don't know. I don't remember. We shall see if we need it. And I don't think it's bled over too terribly bad. Whoops. Forgot the cover. Again, don't know if we'll get this picture done. I doubt it. We're at almost a half an hour, so we're doing pretty good. One thing I do want to mention, last week in the Color and Chat, I had announced the winners for the 2 giveaways. The Jade Summer, the 3 coloring books, and then, let me get the sheet out here, the Victoria Chocolina postcards and flower and butterflies giveaway. I only had one individual contact me via email with their name and address. So, I do need, let me finish this so I don't get any lines. I do need the other 3 of you to contact me so I can get those out in the mail to you guys, because I don't want to mail them until I get everybody's name and address. So, for the Jade Summer books, the winners that have not contacted me, Amanda Downey, can you contact me? you won the 3-in-1 Christmas book. And Melissa 61272, you won the 100 tattoos. Elizabeth Rector, you did contact me. And then the winner of the Victoria Chocolina postcards and coloring book is Sue Connor. If all 3 of you gals could please get a hold of me via email to give me your full names and addresses, I would greatly appreciate it. I guess I'm going to have to specify that if you are unable to, well, I shouldn't say unable to, but if you do not get a hold of me by next week's Color and Chat, I guess I'll have to pull another winner. I know, like me, this is such a busy time of year. I am so far behind on watching videos, and I am sure many other people are too. But yeah, I need to get those so that I can get those out in the mail. All right, let's do pink for the bows. How about, let's do electric pink. Electric. That one's power pink. I keep pulling the Amazon Basics. There's regular pink. What does that look like? That wouldn't be too bad either. Pink lemonade. Jelly pink. God, I keep pulling every single one. There we go. But the one I want. Doesn't that figure? That's the way it always goes. Or when you're looking for something, it's always in the last place that you look. You know why that is? Because you stop looking when you find it. So of course it's in the last place you looked. Silly. My grandson said, blah, blah, blah. My grandson said that the other day, because now I am also babysitting my grandson from my oldest daughter. I won't even go into that. Anyhow, after he was done with his school, because he is on virtual school, so he has to attend from 9 to noon and then do his homework. I forgot what it was he was even looking for now. And he said that, it was in the last place that I looked. And I said, you know why that is? I says, that always happens. You know why? Why? Because you stop looking when you find it. He gives me this look. Grandma. I said, well, it's true, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, silly. Oh, I gotta show you something. I actually want to show you a couple things, but I found something in the garage. I had to show it, bring it in, show it to Bob. I said, look at honey. Oh, let me zoom out. Look what I found in the garage. I said, it's our Christmas tree. Here, I'll show it on the block. It's our Christmas tree. It must have blew in from outside. So I brought it in. I said, yeah, I found our Christmas tree. He just laughs. I don't know what kind of ornaments you'd be able to put on this thing without it breaking. It just reminded me of a kind of a Charlie Brown tree, but on very miniature scale and very fragile. Yeah. Gotta chuckle at stuff, right? Or we'd go crazy. He just goes, yeah. I had to get a new tree this year because the only place in my small living room to put a tree has to be a pretty slim one. And the one I had wasn't real big. It was just a 6.5 footer, but you know, your standard width around, and it would have been a little too big for that spot. It would have stuck out into from the corner into the doorway too much. And we go through that doorway an awful lot because you go from the living room to the rest of the house, all the kitchen and the garage and all that. You just don't go to the upstairs through there. But yeah, it would have kind of been in the way. Let's do these bows red again. Bring that red back in. It's looking cute so far. So yeah, I bought a new one, and I was looking in the stores because I figured there'd be some good deals around Black Friday, but I could not find a slim Christmas tree that I wanted. Our Menards has a huge Christmas department and has tons of trees, and I didn't even find one there. So I ordered one online, and it finally came. I ordered it quite a while ago, along with a Christmas store or a tree storage bag. Got the bag almost right away, but the tree took like an additional couple of weeks. So I just got it earlier this week and put it up a few days later, because especially the first time you put up one of the artificial trees, you know how long it takes to fluff out all the branches, and you know, it still takes a while every year when you set it up, but not quite as long as that first time. So yeah, took me quite a while to do that, and I'm still fluffing it out here and there whenever I walk by. It's like, oh, I don't like that. Oh, no, that should go there. And again, of course, Bob thinks I'm crazy. He must always think I'm crazy. Maybe he could be right. So yeah, now all I got to do is, and I hope to get it done this weekend yet, is get all the decorations up from the basement. Now, all of my decorations will not fit on this tree. And once Levi and Maddie come back, Maddie will be fine because she's 4. Levi at 1.5 years, I'll have to see how he does with the tree and not pulling stuff off. Because, boy, I remember when Maddie was that age. Could not keep her away from the tree. But that is the reason why I have plastic balls on the bottom and not glass. Even when my kids were little, plastic balls always went on the bottom. They weren't quite as pretty as the glass ones, but when you have kids, little ones, or sometimes pets, especially kitties, that like to get at Christmas trees. I am so lucky, knock on wood. My kitties do not bother my tree. They just like laying underneath it, especially once I have the tree skirt under there, especially Misty. Yep. When I was wrapping presents this one year, she anytime there's a box, anytime there's any paper, even my grandson's, when he brings his backpack along and he has his Chromebook in for school, and he's a diabetic, so he has to bring those supplies along, and so he always brings his backpack, and he'll put it on my desk here because I set him up in here to do his schoolwork and whatnot. So Misty has to lay on everything. The whole while he's in here, she lays on his backpack. And yeah, you put any box down, she's in it. So when I was wrapping presents that one year, I had a big sheet of wrapping paper out that I was going to be wrapping the next present in. And she hops up and she just plops her big butt down in the middle of that paper. So I had to take a picture of her. And I posted it on Facebook. And I put the caption, "Wrap me next, Mama." That's when I still went on Facebook. I don't really ever go on Facebook anymore. No time. I'm still bad. Still. I've been saying this for how long now? Still bad at getting on Instagram, too. I promised myself I was going to start posting my pictures on Instagram, and I just can't get in the habit of doing it. I used to automatically post my pictures on Facebook. It was just habit. And I just can't seem to get back in that habit for posting them on Instagram. I think it's all the hashtag business, and, you know, it's like I don't want to hand type that all the time. Is there a way to, like, save hashtags and, you know, all of that stuff? The ats and the hashtags and the... So you don't have to hand key it in all the time? I mean, I know there's a couple of workarounds, but I tried one workaround and I didn't like it. And that was adding a shortcut to the keyboard. Like I added one for Belba family. But then every time you typed Belba family, if you did, say, a search in Amazon or whatever, it would spill out that whole thing that you specified as your keyboard shortcut. So I didn't like that. And that probably made no sense to the majority of you guys. Okay, if I make these stars yellow, what should we do the background in? Let's see, we're at 45 minutes. Maybe I won't do the background and we'll just do all the rest. And all I will be coloring off screen then will just be this background. Sound good? Sound good. Okay. So let's do the outer edge. Okay. I think are going to bring in the pinks and blues again. So if we do pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, yes, that will work. Yes, I have to have it symmetrical, you know that. Oh no, we don't want to put pink there, we want to put blue there. I don't like pink and red next to each other. Let's see, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? Definitely wanted to mention about the winners getting in touch with me. Oh yeah, we did. Bob says this is another one of my Christmas presents. He just said that today. Because he said, I suppose I got to wrap up your Alexa thing. I said, yes, you do. So put it back in the box and wrap it up. But we had gotten a new car a couple weeks ago. Well, new to us. Definitely not a brand new car. It's a 2007. So again, not a brand new car. But it's a Saturn Aura. I had never heard, I mean, I heard of Saturns, but I hadn't heard of an Aura, A-U-R-A. Beautiful car. It's kind of like a cranberry red. And, you know, it's got the wood grain console. And, yeah, just a very, very pretty car. And only 144,000 miles on it, so quite low mileage, mint condition. I mean, the interior is spotless, no rust on it, which I know you guys in the South don't have to worry about that like we do up here in the North. All the salt on our roads in wintertime chews up our cars like crazy, so we love looking for cars that are specified as being Southern cars, or, you know, only driven in California or Florida or, you know, whatever. It's like, ooh, that means it's rust free. Anyhow, kind of off the beaten track there. We got it for $2,500. That was a steal. Bob used to be a mechanic, so you know, he knows a lot about cars. He says, they could have got a lot more for that car. I says, yeah, I thought so too. I'm glad I found it on Facebook Marketplace for us. That's where I found our other car too, which was my car, because Bob's is the one that kind of went to heck. But I'm the one who gets the new car. So yeah, he said that that's my Christmas present too. He says, yeah, about wrapping up the Alexa thing, or I could put a bow on the car. I go, sure, great big red bow, just like in the commercials. It says that big bow would probably cost you $50. So yeah, excited about that. It's always fun to get a new car. The other night, oh my gosh. Oh, I think this is shortly before we left to go look at the new car, or else when we got back home. Oh no, we were going to go look at another car, and half hour before we were supposed to, no, I think 15 minutes before we were supposed to leave, the guy sells it. And it's like, oh, you jerk. I mean, I understand why, but you jerk. Anyhow, it was meant to be, because shortly thereafter, I came into the living room from the kitchen, and I could smell something like burning. And Bob's sniffer doesn't work as good as mine. I said, I smell something burning. And so I started sniffing around, and yeah, it was coming from the outlet in the wall that we have a pecker clock that I had gotten from Bob for Christmas a number of years ago. And it was coming from that outlet. And Bob's like, well, pull it out. So I tried pulling it out. Oh my gosh. That thing was so hot, it was all melted, and into the outlet was melted. Oh, it was that hot. And I said, oh my God, Bob, you realize if we wouldn't have been home, that would have started a fire. Now, our stuff is replaceable, but I got in tears just thinking about the fact that my dog and 2 cats would have been in this house. Oh my gosh. That just made me sick to my stomach. I said, we were meant to be here. Or even if that would have happened at night. So first we wanted to see if it was, well, and because it burnt the whole end of the plug-in for the clock, well, typically would have been shot, but Bob got a new end to it and rewired it, spliced it together, so the clock is fine. He got that working again. So we had to assume it was the outlet that went bad. So he rewired it, pulled out the wiring from the wall, and thank heavens there was enough excess wiring that he could cut off the bad wire, splice in the, and put the good wiring back on, put a new plate in there. And so then we didn't at first have anything plugged in there. Then we just tested it, plugged the clock back in. Well, first we plugged something else in that we knew was good, my blow dryer. And we waited to see if it was going to get hot. So we tested it every, I don't know, 5-10 minutes in the beginning. And then we, tested it like for a half an hour. And it was fine. Never got hot whatsoever, not even warm. So we thought, okay, let's make sure it isn't the clock outlet combo. So then we plugged in the clock, and again, in the beginning, we checked it every little while. It was fine. Checked it in a half an hour. It was fine. So we kept checking it just to make sure that it was okay before we went to bed. And I can't remember now, I think maybe that first night we even unplugged it just to be on the safe side. And yeah, it was fine. So it had to have been the outlet itself that went bad. But oh my stars. Talk about giving a person a heart attack. Just move into a house, right? And it burns down. Boy, that's about how 2020 has gone, right? This year has just been a year from hell. Well, for everybody it has, but it has kind of particularly hit this household hard. Hard. Okay, let's see what we can do with these darn stars in here. I'm going to first color in with a little yellow. Then I did, like I said, I did a swatching, let me zoom out a little bit, a swatching video of these Zig Wink of Stella pens last week. So if you're interested in these, you can go back and watch that video. I wonder, does this look more gold? Let's see, maybe we'll use this. Yeah, it does. These are just like the Zig Wink of Stella brush pens, but you can see they have a very, very fine tip to them. I love these. And then especially they have a clear one. And one of you subscribers told me about the fact that I think it was at Jet Pens. You can buy these individually. So say you use your clear one an awful lot, you can buy the clear one separately. So, yay. Okay, so let's make these stars glittery. Oh, guess I should zoom back here. Oh, that's so pretty. Let's try this without doing the yellow marker. Yeah, don't need the yellow marker behind. They're not really opaque. It's not covering up the blue bleed over, but that's okay. It still looks pretty. Then we're going to do all the stars out here. Glittery too. I think I'll do everything that's yellow glittery. So we'll do these and these. Just put some bling bling in here, right? So yeah, that was really a wake-up call to, really be aware of your surroundings at all times. Be on your toes. Oh God. Even right now, the thought of my animals being in here. Okay, on to happier things. My gosh, don't want this to be a downer of a video. Now, that middle part might be kind of hard to do with this fine tip. We're going to try it though. But that's why these pens are so nice, because you can get such detail with them. Oh, my head ain't in the way. Good. Kind of bent over here so I can kind of see this. Yeah, it is getting a little streaky, but not too bad, considering how fine of a tip I'm coloring with. Oh, these pens are just awesome, though. They are so sparkly. Now, I could also have gone over the yellow marker. If I would have colored everything in with yellow marker first, could have went over it with the clear Sakura glitter gel pen, and that would have probably covered it better, especially a larger area like that. I could have done that, but especially the one with the bigger tip, because you can get those in different size tips. I think the bigger size tip is what, a 10? What's the other size? Is it an 8? I think. So we are almost done, because like I said, I'm going to do the background off camera. Now I am planning on doing, because I know a lot of you have been requesting it, tours of my office here where I record and all my coloring stuff is, and my new diamond painting room that I think turned out so pretty. But I'm not going to be able to do them till after Christmas. Right now, diamond painting room is Christmas Central. Yeah, looks like Christmas puked up there. There's presents all over the place and empty boxes in case I need them to wrap things in, and wrapping paper. Yeah. So I just have to get the table up there yet. Yeah, it's Santa's workshop. I just haven't seen any little elves running around yet, because if I did, they could wrap them. No, I wouldn't want them to. Like I said, I like sitting up there. Is this dry? Yeah, okay. I like wrapping, so yeah, I won't be doing them till after Christmas. But my question to you is, I see most people do very detailed coloring room tours. So I was wondering how detailed of a tour of each room. They would be 2 separate videos. I wouldn't make you sit through a video that long. how detailed of a video do you want? Because like I said, I know most of the tours are very detailed where they, show you their colored pencil case, what all colored pencils they have and markers and what's in their drawers, how their setup is, their room is all set up, their books. Not that they show you every single book. Lordy, we would not do that. But yeah, I always find it really interesting. I love seeing other people's setup and what they all have, what goodies they have. So let me know in the description below, how detailed of a tour do you want? Do you want to see absolutely everything? What's in my drawers here? What's in my cart drawers? I cleaned them all out yesterday. You would not believe the difference. I actually have an empty drawer. It's amazing. So yes, they're all nice and arranged now. They're organized. Ah, yes. So yeah, let me know how detailed you want that. You know what? Now that I look at it like this, it's really hard for me to leave something white. Really hard. I think I'm going to leave that background white because I kind of like it like that. What we're going to do though, I think we're going to take a color of these zigs. We're going to go over those lines, and I think red would look pretty. There isn't really a red in here, that's right. Closest one is this coral. I don't think these go through, but yeah, I don't like that. There's like two colors of, it's the only downfall to these things. It's like there's two pinks, kind of two browns, but this one's a gold. So I like the fact that that's there. I don't know, we have two greens, and while they're very pretty, I wish, probably not two pinks. Give us a red, give us an orange. I do like the other ones. But yeah, two pinks and two greens, when you only have a small set like this, give us the main colors. Anyhow, no complaining allowed. Don't want to do blue because there's blue right there. I don't think yellow would show up. Plus we did all that. Should we bring in the pink? What did that pink look like? No, let's try this pink. Otherwise, maybe that, no, I can't do the green either. Oh, this will work good. This is very close to the pinks on the presents. Let's see how this is going to look. Yeah. I like it. Can you see that? Probably not. Well, maybe once I'm done with them all. Somewhere around here it'll glitter and it'll glitter. It'll shine. And you'll be able to see it. So we have time to chat a little bit yet. What are we going to chat about? Oh, I finally went in and got a haircut yesterday. I was so excited. They are very, very careful. They only allow 3 customers in at a time. Otherwise, you have to go sit out in your car or run errands or, whatnot. And then you have to have your mask on the entire time, and all the stylists have theirs on. The only time you can just take the loop off your ear but keep your mouth and nose covered yet is when they do the sides right around the ears. But yeah, otherwise it's on all the time. So they are very careful. And they can't do facial waxings. They can only do eyebrows. But get this. Is this sexist or what? They can't do facial waxings on women, but they can trim beard. They can do beards on the men. Say what? Not right. Jenny, my stylist, refuses to do them. She just says, nope, I can't do that. Which I guess I can't blame her. You know, you're right down and close by them when you're doing that work and they don't have a mask on. Even if you do. Yeah, so, but yes, it felt so good to get a professional haircut. I did an okay job with my hair, but yeah, nothing like having a professional do it. Oh, and Jenny and I got to catch up, and oh, it was so nice. So yes, that was an enjoyable afternoon. I had to run into town to, I'm putting my markers away while I jabber. Had to run into town to take all my Chartery or Spectrum equipment. Still used to calling them Charter equipment back now that we switched to Dish. And then after that, I stopped and got my hair cut. And yeah, so my hair is nice and short now again. Now I can color it. Oops, did I say that? No, I don't color my hair. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. What do you think about? Let's zoom in. Let's see if you can see the party glitters. Oh yeah, now you can. That looks nice. Just enough glitter, but yet it's not like it's puking all over the page. I shouldn't say that because, you know me and my glitter gel pens, when I'm doing designs, patterns, yeah, the whole page is done in that. So then it does puke all over the page. I like that word today, don't I? Sorry. Okay, so I actually did finish it on camera. Yay! So proud of myself. All right, so I shall leave it here. I thank you so much for joining me and for watching this video and hopefully enjoying the chat. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.